All right, guys, we are back here with Game 5, the decider in Sideboard Games Abzan, Vizier Collected Company versus Jund.
Little rubber match feels like it's necessary.
Yeah, for sure. This is a close one. We weren't sure if, a lot of hypotheticals running through our heads. What if we, are we going to play it out still if it's not 5 games or whatever? I'm on the play this one, right? Yeah, you crushed me. You goifed me.
No, that's not how that works. You did play last game. Oh yeah, wait, it did. Okay, I won. You're on the play.
Yeah, that's how
Correct.
It works. This hand seems pretty terrible. We're gonna mulligan. I'm not sure if mulligans.
Well, you like to hear when your opponent says something along those lines. That makes me feel like our hand, though medium, is going to be above medium, so we're going to keep it.
Well, now I got a new hand, and now this hand is great. I'm curious how many times we've actually mulliganed throughout this series. I'm not super sure.
Luckily for everybody watching, they know.
That's true.
I don't
think we've mulliganed, really. No, you mulliganed. You mulliganed to 6, I think, on game 2. I'm not sure. That was a few days ago at this point.
Yeah, honestly, was that even in this year?
I think.
You said this hand was great.
Yeah, we want this. Oh, I was just debating my scry.
Okay. I was like, you said this hand was great.
Just another great card, and I was like, do I want to put it on top? Do I want to put it on top and then just shuffle it away with a fetch land? There was a lot of lines I could have taken there.
Yeah, there's about one we can take here. It's to hope that this Inquisition is better than the average.
It's going to be okay, but it's not going to be able to take the best card in our hand / deck.
That is a pretty good card.
Still winds up being pretty good for you, I think, though.
That card is also very good against us, so.
Yeah, scavenging
especially given the contents of our hand right now.
All Termaglyphs? I don't know. You beat our scavenging ooze with Termaglyphs last game. Though maybe Fatal Push did more of the work there.
Did.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, it might have been the removal spells that were doing the work there, but I think that what we want to do here is kind of not take damage. Go ahead and fetch up the basic forest in our deck.
You're abrupt decaying me?
Nah, we're just getting Tarmogoyf out there.
Oh, that's fine. I think I'm okay with that. I'm going to grab Overgrown Tomb here. Alrighty. I think we can just pass the turn. I don't think we get super punished for passing. Collected Company will grow Tarmogoyf by 1, which is kind of an interesting thing here.
Everybody know what time it is?
Goyf time?
Collected time!
Oh, is that a thing?
I don't know. It feels like it should be.
I told this to you already, but I rewatched the VOD from Game 1. I didn't watch the Game 2 VOD, but there were so many just puns and things that you said that I just did not even, it's not that I was ignoring you, I just actually could not even hear you.
Well, I'm glad you weren't ignoring me while we were doing the VOD, because that would certainly be rude. But I do try to bring a level of food puns to the broadcast, because
you were going on and on about Duskwatch Recruiter, you were just having I've never been recruited, I wonder what it would be like to join the army, and you just started going on all this bullshit. All right.
Did you only hit one creature on that CoCo?
Yeah, we grew Goyf by 1, so a little bit unlucky here, but it was worth going for. If we had hit double Kitchen Finks or Kitchen Finks Voice or Kitchen Finks Eternal Witness or any combination thereof, we would have tried.
Yeah, I mean, you absolutely have to do it. I don't disagree. It's just unfortunate that the CoCo, you live by the CoCo, you die by the CoCo.
Yeah, and if we're just getting Tarmogoyfed here, I don't think this is the hugest of deals. I think our deck does wind up drawing out of situations like this decently.
Now and again, I've seen it, yeah.
Not going to be able to
attack catch in your streams.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got over there? Obviously, another CoCo. We just gotta. I want you to show it to me. Show me your
So,
CoCo.
one of the things that I think is always interesting about collected company, I always say that like people are like, "Oh, what if it only hits one creature?" And you saw it only hit one creature right there. But if that one creature that it hits is a Kitchen Finks, Kitchen Finks is such a good card that even if you just spent one more mana for it, then it still winds up being pretty good. Like one more mana for a flashed Kitchen Finks. Gonna make you actually make a pretty interesting decision here.
I don't think it's that interesting. I don't even think it's really close.
Yeah. Mainly just we've got a stacked hand here. Like I could have taken a different card back with Eternal Witness, but yeah, just kind of interesting to note how good my board is here. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and offer a double block here. How that's going to go for us, I'm not super sure, but we do have a Selfless Spirit in play. And my opponent only has green mana open, so I feel like this is pretty solid for us. We trade first half of a Kitchen Finks and the whole part of a Eternal Witness for one of their Tarmogoyfs. Feel like we're going to play Path to Exile now. We kind of have to be a little bit suspect because these Raging Ravines, like, being able to double block a Raging Ravine is pretty good. So we might want to keep, like, a Kitchen Finks back, even. I'm not sure. What do you think I should do here, Nick? You know my hand.
I mean, I like Kitchen Finks targeting the Noble Hierarch and pad the Exile into play as a permanent.
I could try it.
I don't know if the system's going to agree with the programming logic, but that's my personal play is put the spell into play as a permanent and target your permanent with your other permanent.
He still has a lot of cards in hand, but I think I do just like playing the Kitchen Finks.
I do have 3 cards.
Yeah. And we're going to leave back one of the Kitchen Finks to try to do a potential double block, and meanwhile Selfless Spirit is going to get there in the air for 3. We only lose 1 point of damage by only attacking with Selfless Spirit, as opposed to attacking with Selfless plus Kitchen Finks. And I think we're actually in a pretty reasonable spot here, but not sure what else he's going to have for us. This is kind of what we want to be doing against Jund. We are just trying to trade 2 for 1 at as many instances as possible. Or not 2 for 1. Yeah, get 2 for 1s. When you are like double blocking, it doesn't feel like you're really getting that 2 for 1 value. But I feel like we still kind of are. Alright.
So we've done a pretty good job trading the Finks away for our creatures. We know the opponent still has the pad to exile, which unfortunately puts a little bit of a damper on our plans, but there's something we can do about that. We've just done the best job we can with resources that we've been given so far. So in light of that, I think the logical play to make would be to cast into the pad to exile.
I think you just don't have any other options because I've been pretty stingy with this Path to Exile here. I kind of only wanted to use it to grab a Scavenging Ooze.
Incredibly stingy, for sure.
Yeah.
So we're going to take Eternal Witness. No, we'll take...
we have 2 collected companies and we can't take
out of his graveyard.
I think you may have wanted to take my Scavenging
We don't want... yeah, maybe.
You've got another Bloodstained Mire, so I guess you still can if you'd like to. We're going to use this path now. My opponent already has Raging Ravine mana. He's gonna take 1 extra point of damage to exile our...
Yeah, that was the plan from Jump Street.
Gotcha.
And we will go get a basic land path exile. Thank you so much for the offer. We appreciate it.
Basic swamp.
I think we needed more lands. That's what we needed more of. We don't have enough of those.
Ugh. Me saying basic swamp was not me trying to do a called shot, by the way. That did not mean that I wanted to draw my basic swamp, but...
Apparently the deck didn't agree.
But thank you. Alright, let's draw a card. That's not a bad one. Basic swamp.
Gotta appreciate the Lorwyn foil. Let's stop to appreciate this Lorwyn foil swamp for a minute, everybody. This is what we call Tranquil Swamp, and it's very beautiful.
Alright, let's go ahead and start things off by attacking with Selfless Spirit.
Just one guy?
3 Exalted.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think we might want to block the Raging Ravine or something. I'm not sure.
That's fair. If you were trying to block back on the Ravine, I'm thinking more like, what if I have the Bolt, then you don't get any damage in here as opposed to 1 more damage.
No, I can sack Selfless Spirit and it'll be indestructible. So.
Oh, okay. Sack it and it'll... Yeah, that's true, of course. Why not?
Yeah, I don't really care if you Lightning Bolt one of my dudes here.
Lightning Bolt! Lightning Bolt!
Yeah, that kind of shit is the kind of shit that I just, like, completely glazed over.
Vizier of douchebaggery.
So what's interesting is
right.
I had the Vizier even when I had, I believe, the first Kitchen Finks out, and decided to let them persist. I did have Selfless Spirit backup, so maybe I could have taken a more aggressive line. I just didn't want to take damage, and I wanted to try to path to exile. I just kind of wanted to play the Vizier as a 2-1 here. Alright, so my opponent's going to be swinging for 4. I'm going to attempt another double block. And if we can trade off here, alright, that's perfect. We've used their entire turn. Would love to draw Gavany Township now. Raging Ravine's pretty unlucky. This is almost...
You don't know. Lux, you don't know. Lux, you don't know the half of unlucky.
Yeah, feels pretty okay for us, to be honest. But, I mean, when you get to a point when you're playing against Jund and they're activating Raging Ravine, but they still have cards in hand, I guess you have to feel pretty good about that, because that means that the rest of their cards are worse than just a Raging Ravine counter plus the damage threatening.
Yeah, I mean, no lie. These cards in my hand...
All Raging Ravines?
These are, well, they're all in the family.
Yeah, they're all lands.
Of Raging Ravine.
That's kind of what you have to start thinking.
If you think about, like, the amount of cards in my graveyard that are lands, and the amount of cards in my hand that are lands, the amount of permanents on my board that are lands, you have to ask yourself just one question. Just how many of the 4 spells that I have did I draw this game? The answer is 1.
Yeah, that's not great. With Jund, you never know, because like just Blackleaf Cliffs being untapped can represent an array of different spells here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
the whole
it turns
time.
out that wasn't the case. You just didn't have much to go on there.
No.
All right, no spells were cast last turn though. That's pretty good. That was pretty.
That has been the story of this game, Duskwatch Recruiter.
All right, let's tap like this. That way, if we draw a Fulminator Mage, we can still activate it here. Now let's go for Kitchen Finks. That sounds good as well. And that is going to give us almost lethal. Not quite.
No, not quite.
I am going to swing out here with both of these monsters so that Birds of Paradise and Noble Hierarch are also going to be lethal for the next turn here. I'm going to drop down to 1. Yeah. I feel like we can start doing sign-offs.
This is probably the part where...
We can start saying thanks for watching.
I say thank you so much, Moto Shuffler, for shuffling. And...
I threw up my see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, throw up the peace fingers.
Yeah, my outro.
Oh, see? Now that's just rude. Moto, fuck you.
Another land?
here's the thing. No, at the end, no, it would have been better if it were a land. The fact that at 1 life,
You get a
facing
Thoughtseize.
down 5 creatures, it now wants to give me a fatal push is like just insult to injury, honest to God.
Sure,
you know what? Sacrifice that selfless spirit. You won't do it. I knew.
No,
you
I'm
would.
not
You're a
going
coward.
to.
And you're not gonna fucking kill me either.
You don't want to.
You're not gonna kill me. I'm gonna kill me.
I thought you
I'm
were
the
gonna flip
boss
my
here,
desk
Lux.
watch.
Don't you forget it for 1 minute. I forfeit because I don't want to have to finish you in a disgusting fashion with my last verdant catacombs in hand.
Fair enough. For my viewers, I forgot to switch back, but yeah, he fatal pushed a Noble Hierarch and then cracked a Bloodstained Mire. That was all he had in him.
What a guy.
What
a guy.
Yeah, maybe, I mean, Raging Ravine does kind of have a hidden mode where it can block, but it wasn't really looking good for you. You just drew way too many lands, which is unfortunate. And you kept a hand that was like...
It was 4 lands, 1 Inquisition,
3
double
spells.
Tarmogoyf. So on the mulligan, I was like, all right. And two of the lands were Raging Ravines.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, this is actually a medium, and on a mulligan on the draw, above
you were on
medium
the
hand.
draw, yeah.
All we had to do is
Some
draw, realistically 1, cheap interactive, removal spell somewhere along the path to make things a little bit more interesting. I'm not going to say we would have won,
Yeah.
but I think that even a singular, cheap removal spell may have changed the game a little bit more than that. That we didn't get to put up much of a fight there. But you know what? Raging Ravine, Duskwatch Recruiter should think about recruiting Raging Ravine.
Oh my god, here we go again. All right, anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I'm going to talk over this random shit. I'm going to mute my desktop audio so that you guys don't have to hear all about the Duskwatch
That is
Recorder.
so rude. Listen,
Howlin'
that's
Horde
rude.
Howler. All right, you're getting muted. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this type of content, feel free to hit that follow button and let us know in the comments. Again, you can see my perspective over at... I don't know why I'm doing my plug first, but see my perspective over at NoLucksGiven is the name of my channel, and you can catch me live at twitch.tv/NoLucksGiven, and my partner in crime here is IxidorsDreams. There it is on the screen, and you can catch him streaming live on Twitch. We both stream a lot of Modern, and he'll have a YouTube channel as well where his VOD is going to get thrown up. But if you'd like to see more of this content, let us know. You can let us know what matchups you'd potentially like to see us cover in the future as well. This is kind of my pet deck for now, and Jund is kind of the deck that Ixidors has been rocking a little bit. But we've talked about it. We're willing to play anything. We might have some more brews in the future too. This just seemed appropriate for the time being.
It seems like a relevant matchup in the meta that we're currently in. Reed is saying that Jund is good again. Reed Duke is one of the best Magic players in the world. And given the results, both online and in paper, Counters Company is certainly tier 1 status right now. So it's definitely a good matchup. Definitely had a good time making the videos. Be sure to check out No Lux, like you said, on the Twitch channel, on the YouTube, and check me out as well for great Modern content and sweet brews.
Sweet. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Peace.
Later.